The heart, at the center of the cardiovascular system, keeps you alive by pumping 5 to 6 quarts of blood around your body, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for your entire life. It is literally at the heart of the circulatory system. Now, come with me, and we can explore the heart. The heart takes in blood from all around the body through the vena cavis and redirects it to the lungs through the pulmonary arteries. The heart then pumps the newly oxygenated blood that returns through the pulmonary veins around the body by pushing it through the aorta artery. This is the main artery that splits up to cover the entire body. The heart is split into 4 sections. The left side is where the oxygen-depleted blood is handled, and the right is nutrient-filled blood. The 2 upper quarters receive the blood, while the 2 lower pump it out. The blood that is being pumped is as important as the heart itself. Made up of hemoglobin, the iron atoms in it bond with the oxygen from the lungs and disperse it when it's in the capillaries. When the blood loses its oxygen, it does not turn blue. In fact, it turns a darker red. The blue you see in your veins is just how light refracts inside of your skin. The heart generates its own electrical impulses, so as long as it has a constant feed of oxygen, it will continue to pump itself. The arteries then disperse the blood to the body by pushing it through the capillaries. The capillaries are so small and thin that when the blood cells flow through in single file, the exchange of nutrients can occur. Oxygen and other nutrients flow out into the tissue, while waste flows back in. After the blood passes through the capillaries, the veins bring the blood back to the heart to be reoxygenated. Capillaries are so small that they are only 1/10 of the diameter of a single human hair. So arteries take blood out of the heart and veins bring it back in. Between the 2 are capillaries, where the exchange of oxygen occurs. Arteries filter out into the microscopic capillaries, and those combine back in to form veins, heading back to the heart. Now when the blood picks up the waste products from across the body, it does not just go back to the heart to get more oxygen. Instead, the kidneys act as a cleaning service for the blood, removing any unwanted waste from the cells and extracting it into urine. All the blood in your body passes through your kidneys multiple times a day. The average male adult has around 1.5 gallons of blood and can lose 15% of their blood before noticing any ill health effects. When donating blood, usually 10 to 18% of your blood is taken, which is quickly recovered and taken care of by your body. When you lose 15 to 30% of your blood, your heart rate quickens and your skin starts to look pale. No medical attention is usually necessary, though. Losing 30 to 40% of your blood will cause a drop in blood pressure, increased heart rate, and shock. When losing more than 40% of your total blood volume, extensive care must be given to prevent death. If you were to lay out all of the arteries, capillaries, and veins end to end in one adult, they'd stretch 60,000 miles, wrapping around the Earth 2.5 times. Red blood cells themselves do not have a nuclei, so they do not divide or synthesize, and they die after only 120 days. Bone marrow is constantly making new red blood cells to take the dead one's place. The bigger an organism is, the bigger its heart is, and the slower its heart rate needs to be. For example, the average resting heart rate of a blue whale is 5 beats per minute, compared to the average human's 75. But even with our heart rate, it only takes 20 seconds for a red blood cell to circle the entire body, meaning that in its lifespan, the red blood cell will make approximately 250,000 trips before it dies. In only 1 drop of blood, there is 5 million red blood cells, 10,000 white blood cells, and 250,000 platelets.